In this classwork, we're going to be adding like terms, also subtracting at times. Basically, we just need to make sure if we're putting anything together, it has the same power of the same variable. So when I look at the first problem, part A, it tells me that I'm combining 3x and 6x. They both have the single power of x, so they can be combined. 3 plus 6 gives me 9x. For part B, I'm combining 2x squared and 5x squared. Again, they both have the same variable x to the same power 2. So I can combine the coefficients in front. 2 plus 5 gives me 7, and keep it as x squared. When I'm finding the difference here, again, I look for like terms. These both have the variable x to the same exponent 3. So here, when I have negative 11 minus 4, I add and keep the negative sign to get negative 15, x to the third. Here I have 6x to the second minus 14x to the second. Again, same variable to the same exponent, so they can be combined. When I do 6 minus 14, I get a negative 8x squared. When I'm finding these sums in number 3, I need to make sure I keep like terms together. So because this is a positive, it's really like a positive 1, I can just drop the parentheses and say from the first parentheses I have 4x, from the second parentheses I have 8x, from the first parentheses I have 1, from the second parentheses I have negative 9. Combining like terms, the 4x and the 8x combine to give me 12x. The 1 and the negative 9 combine to give me negative 8. For part B, again, I can just drop the parentheses because of that positive. So this can become 3y from the first parentheses plus 2y from the second parentheses plus 7 minus 3. 3y and 2y combine to give me 5y. Positive 7 and negative 3 combine to give me positive 4. Here, again, I have a positive sign, so I can just drop the parentheses, but I need to keep 3 different sets of like terms together. I need to keep the x squared terms together, the x terms together, and the no power of x terms together. So I'm going to start with the x squared terms, 9x squared plus 8x squared, then the x terms, minus 2x plus 4x, and finally the terms without any variable, plus 5 minus 1. 9 plus 8 combines to give me 17, x to the second power. Negative 2 and positive 4 combine to give me positive 2x. And positive 5 and negative 1 combine to give me plus 4. For these ones, when I'm simplifying the expressions in number 4, I'm going to have to do the distributive property first and then combine the like terms. So I'm going to distribute this 3 to both the x and the negative 2. 3 times x is going to give me 3x. 3 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 6. 5 times 2x is going to give me plus 10x. 5 times 7 is going to give me plus 35. I can then rewrite this with the like terms next to each other. 3x plus 10x minus 6 plus 35. 3 and 10 combine to give me 13x. Negative 6 and 35 combine to give me 29. Again, this time I'm going to do the distributive property first. Since I have 3 things inside, this term outside has to be multiplied by each of the 3 things. This term outside has to be multiplied by each of the 3 things. So I'm going to do the distribution first and then combine like terms. Negative 2 times x squared gives me negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 4x gives me positive 8x. Negative 2 times a positive 2 gives me negative 4. Negative 3 times x squared gives me negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times a positive x gives me negative 3x. And negative 3 times a negative 5 gives me a positive 15. If I combine the like terms, this negative 2x squared and this negative 3x squared combine to give me a total of negative 5x squared. This positive 8x and this negative 3x combine to give me positive 5x. And this negative 4 and this positive 15 combine to give me positive 11. So my final answer is negative 5x squared plus 5x plus 11. For part C, I really can drop the parentheses here because there's nothing in front. I can drop the parentheses here because it's just a positive understood 1 in front. Where I can't drop the parentheses, it's in the middle because I have this negative sign that needs to be distributed to each term. So when I drop the parentheses here, I get 6x squared plus 7x plus 1. When I distribute this negative, the negative times a 3x squared gives me negative 3x squared. The negative times a negative 2x gives me positive 2x. And the negative times a positive 2 gives me negative 2. Again, I can drop these parentheses because it's a positive outside. So this is just going to become plus 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. If I look at what the like terms are, here I have an x squared term, here I have an x squared term, and here I have an x squared term. Here I have just x, here I have just x, and here I have just x. Here I have something with no variable, something with no variable, something with no variable. So if I combine what I have in my boxes say I have a positive 6x squared, a negative 3x squared, and a positive 2x squared. Then my circles say I have a positive 7x, a positive 2x, and a positive 9x. Finally, in my diamonds, I have plus 1, minus 2, and minus 5. So combining the like terms, 6 minus 3 is positive 3. Positive 3 plus 2 gives me a total of positive 5x squared. Positive 7 plus 2 gives me positive 9x. Plus another 9 gives me positive 18x. Then I have positive 1 minus 2 gives me negative 1. Negative 1 minus 5 gives me a final answer of negative 6. So when I combine all the like terms, I wind up with 5x squared plus 18x minus 6.